morning and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is day 13 of the build out at Villa FELIZ. This whole week is going to be completing all the footers inside for the structural support at the base of the house, and we'll actually be doing some of the formwork and pouring some concrete in the columns that I've been so anxious to get started on. Today also I have a couple of errands that I have to do. I got my PLDT bill in yesterday, so I need to go and get that paid for. Also, tomorrow, as you know, if you watch yesterday's video, I picked up a bayah kubo, and they have to do the finishing, do the varnish staining, and they're going to do the delivery and bring it out to site tomorrow. And I need to pick up the final payment for that. I put a deposit when I went down there yesterday, and I will be paying that off tomorrow. So that's going to be exciting as well. So we'll have a place to actually relax and do some stuff when I'm on site. So anyway, without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Morning. Morning, Roy.
Hi, Jane.
How are you today?
Fine.
Morning.
Morning, Jen.
Good morning. Hey, did you go last night? I called. So anyway, I was on the way walking to the job site, and I ran into Ramil. I was actually supposed to do tagay with him last night, but I got my message in a little late. I was busy doing the video uploading. So anyway, he wanted to show me in his backyard. Did you also get your kubo at Padre Garcia?
Yeah. My son bought it in my eldest son bought the bayah kubo.
So.
This is 7 years old now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a darker color.
Yeah, I put some color in the story.
Oh.
Some of them was broken already, like this. Look.
Oh, the same. This is the exact same.
Yeah, same.
So this is Ramil's, and this is a 6x6 too.
Yeah.
He has the this is actually what we're getting put on our site, and this is how many years? 7?
7 years old.
And this one is actually 7 years, and I was told that after about 5 years the roof is done, but his is in really good shape.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Oh, that's nice. This is the exact same money. The only difference between yours and mine is where you have, mine's like this in the center, but over here they did it's the rope. It's the rope.
Different design.
Yeah, a little bit different. So just got on the site, and it looks like there is a lot of progress, especially if you can see all the column support holes right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one is done on the end. These are almost done. So the second layer is almost completed. The first layer is done, ready for a pour of 2 of the 5 footers, and then here's the 5 holes that they're going to be doing the column support also. And I imagine today, I would be willing to bet they'll be finished with those, and we'll see another 5 of the steel work in the ground for that as well. And we already have 2 done on the next layer back here, and they're working on 1 hole and they have a second one. So actually, progress is going extremely well. This will be the new location of Villa FELIZ bayah kubo mini me right here. One of the things I talked about was making sure that if you are going to be on site, which I expressed that that's pretty important, is to be on site for especially the beginning stages, because there's a lot of changes that are made at the beginning. And what today I want to talk about, you remember you remember I talked about the original design had the garage level was actually about 2.5, a little over 2.5 meters above the ground level. Well, there's a restriction here that wouldn't allow us to do the garage because they consider it a third level. So working with the on-site engineer and with the city structural engineer, what they granted us to do was to actually, that's the reason why we are so far in the ground right now, because we're actually going to do a basement for the basement garage. Now, taking that into consideration, since that didn't get approved until we were actually doing the form work out here, so we had to make some on-the-spot changes and modifications. So these are, you have to be forward thinking about that, how you're going to access the garage. So this is the driveway that we're going to have inside here. So one of my concerns was, am I going to be limited to the amount of space to navigate and ingress and egress out of the garage with my vehicle? So this is something that's still ongoing. So we still have an opportunity to make changes if it looks like it's going to be too tight. So what I got from my architect last night, he sent me the design, the new design of what it's going to be like to approach the garage, because we have to take advantage of let me show you this. We have to take advantage of a 5-meter gap between columns. We only have one in this area, because if you see over here, that hole over there and this hole right here where the column support is going in right now, that's a very small area right there. So what we have to take advantage is this space between this hole right here and this hole right here, which is 5 meters, and then there'll be a beam coming down. It's going to limit a little bit of our head space also. So this is going to be our entrance into the garage right here. Now, that being said, something I have to take into consideration is this area right here is actually going to be the stairway that approaches our front porch. So we're going to be coming through here, this area right here, and then we're going to make a right-hand turn around the stairway that's going to be right here, and it's going to be it's going to be kind of limited to the amount of room we have to get into this 5-meter area. Although we're not going to be able to take advantage of the whole 5 meters, because you're going to have to go to the edge of the column, and you have to take in consideration what is the size of the security gate that's going to go down, that's going to protect the garage area down here. So what we did is, last night he was up until 11:30 at night, and he put together a drawing for me, and I'll show you a picture of the drawing for our proposed plan of this. And what we're going to do, since I don't have my vehicle here yet, as you know, I don't take delivery of my vehicle until it's a little over a week before I actually get it. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go, my recommendation was we go somewhere in the development on a big street, maybe one of the big cul-de-sacs. We do sort of the thing that you do when you're taking your driver's license test and you do your parallel parking kind of thing. So what we're going to do, we're going to actually set up some cones based upon the diameters or the dimensions that he posted in the drawing, and I'm going to do like a test drive-through to see if there's going to be issues with trying to turn. Do I have to do move forward and backward to be able to navigate? So going into the garage, I don't think there's going to be any issue for me, since I'm going to be the primary driver going in and out. But what I'm concerned about is backing up out, because it's a little bit more difficult to navigate back than it is going in. So right now, with my calculations, I've calculated I have at least a 1/2 meter clearance on both sides going in, from the side walls going into the garage. Now 1/2 meter for me is no problem, because I have a 2-car garage back in the U.S. and I probably have about maybe 6 to 8 inches that I have for clearance on one wall when I'm backing my truck in there. So the 1/2 meter, good morning. So the 1/2 meter isn't going to be an issue for me, but it's the navigating around, again, this area here where the stairway is going in to the, and what I'll do is I'll take you and I'll show you an example of what I'm talking about with the photo on the front of our lot here. This is actually a pictorial of what the front of our house is going to look like. And if you look down here, this is the driveway, and this is what I was talking about. This section right here, this is the side stairway. It's going to go up to a small island, then go up another set of stairs, and then there's going to be a platform here. And this is all going to be the front porch area right here. And the garage, there's going to actually be a retaining wall that goes along here and curves to the right and takes you down into the garage. All this isn't going to look like this because this is actually going to be, it's going to be a downward slope to get us down to the level of the garage level, a slight slope all the way from the street down to the garage. So if this is going to be a problem, then we might. If this is going to be a problem, then we have the option of relocating this side stairway walking up to the porch area. I don't want to do that because we've decided on this design for quite a long time, but if it's necessary, then we'll have to make some modifications. Normally in a house you would have a nice grand entranceway coming in from the front here, and you would walk up the stairways there, but my wife is pretty insistent that she doesn't want any stairs in the front of the house facing the door. It's a feng shui kind of a thing or something. We won't be doing it there. So we might have to look at some other option in this area if we have to, or coming from the back. But then again, here you got to consider this is all going to be dropping down. This is going to be at a much lower level because that's going to be at the garage level, not at ground floor level. So, first thing we're going to do is try the little experiment with the truck, setting up with the cones, and see if there's an issue. If at that point I find that it's not acceptable, then we'll go to option number 2, which is we're going to figure out option number 2. What I did earlier back here, you'll see the stakes in the ground. You got the stakes, and there's another stake over here, and a stake right here, and a stake right over here. So what's going to happen back here is I went ahead and pre-measured the footers for the bayah kubo that's going to be going back here, and my contractor had one of his crew come back here, and they're gonna level this off. He did a little bit of leveling now, and what they're going to do is they're going to pour concrete footers for the kubo. So I made sure that I was far enough. We had to be so many meters away from the sidewalk area, and whether this is going to be a permanent or not, it doesn't matter at this point right now, because the footers aren't going to be that deep, but it'll be deep enough to secure it in the event that we have a typhoon or something like that here. We don't want it to blow away. So this is actually going to be, that's going to be the new home. You see, it'll be a nice place, and it will overlook, this will be the view from the kubo. We'll be able to monitor what's going on there all day long. So I'm going to use that as an office, a place to relax, get off my feet, because it's got the bench and all inside there. And eventually I'll try to run a power line out here. But there's a great, one of the subscribers made a comment, and I didn't even think about that. And he said, maybe you might want to think about putting a solar panel or two up there, because you can actually generate enough electricity for a laptop, and maybe a small fan or something like that, with 1 or 2 solar panels. And look, I'm not going to point to the sun, but the sun is actually directly up there. So the sun is actually going to, all day long, it's going to be going like that. So if I put a solar panel back here, I would have plenty of juice flowing for something like that. So food for thought, and I'll take a look around and see if anybody knows anything about solar panels around here. So it's a little after 10 right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head into town. I'm going to pay that PLDT bill, and I'm going to secure some funds for the final payment on bayah kubo, which is going to be delivered tomorrow. Again, I told you I'd put a deposit down, and we'll pay the balance tomorrow. So anyway, I'm going to head into, you see right now, they're not going to do the pouring to this afternoon. If they do any pouring this afternoon, I have a feeling they're going to get all the rebar in the ground, and then probably Tuesday or Wednesday, either tomorrow or Wednesday, you'll start seeing cement flowing here. So let me run into town and take care of that, and we'll be back out here to see the progress where they're at right now. So while the crew's taking a break, I think I'm going to take an opportunity to run into town, because it is after 10 now, and I got a little distracted this morning. But they're doing a fantastic job out here with getting all the holes done, and I expect to see a lot of rebar up and standing today and tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's going to be Tuesday, which is tomorrow, or Wednesday, and we're going to see a lot of cement pour going on. I think they're going to wait till all the holes are inside the ground, all the rebar standing, and then logically one day do a pour for everything. It'll be like a pour day, so that'll be a pretty big day. And then they're going to start working on, and it'll be this week, they'll be working on putting the forms around the columns and pouring concrete in those. So let's go into town real quick and pay PLDT, get the remainder of the funds for the bayah kubo that's arriving tomorrow, and grab some lunch. Today I decided to try this Korean restaurant here. I didn't realize this was a Korean restaurant. I've seen the signs as I've walked by here many times, but I really didn't look that closely. And a couple of days ago I was here and I saw the Hangul characters inside there. And I don't know if you know it, but I actually lived in Korea for 8 years. And I can read a little bit. I don't speak it very well, but I can read the syllables. And I saw BonChon was the Hangul characters on there. I was like, oh, this is Korean food. So I'm actually ordering their equivalent to the beef bibimbap. So I'm gonna try that and see how that is, see how close it is. And they actually have lots of good. They have the Korean beef stew, and there's a lot of really neat things on the recipe. So I'm gonna try this place several times and try each one of the different things on their menu, and I'll let you know how it is. So for 155 pesos, which is roughly $3, you get a full bibimbap soup, and you get like a spiced tea, and that's a great deal. And I'm gonna actually dive into the bibimbap right now. If you get this is in the metal container. This is actually like a summer bibimbap. If you actually, I don't know if they have it here, but if you're in Korea, they actually make it into stone bowls, and it's called dolsut, a bibimbap, and they put the bowl inside the oven, and it's all baking. When everything's coming out, the rice is still cooking when it comes out. It's like sizzling and all, and you kind of mix everything together, which what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to mix everything up. Well, I'm actually done with my lunch now, and I'm going to give you my review while I'm sitting right here, and I think it's a little, even though it's kind of noisy in here, it's not nearly as noisy as the echo effect once you leave the restaurant. I'm going to let you know, I'm out of 5 stars, I'm going to give this 4.8. And the only reason I'm not giving it a full 5 stars, and it has to do with originality. I got the beepin bowl, and the beepin bowl with the beef inside, and it's almost like the bulgogi meat, just like the regular bulgogi meat that they have in regular bibimbap when you get it in Korea. When I say originality, what I'm talking about is, one is the rice that they have here, and when you get bibimbap in Korea, and the original bibimbap has the white sticky rice inside there, and the grains are a little bit bigger, and I like that. And I know they have that here in Philippines, because we get it like one of my favorite restaurants in Asal, and they always have the bigger grain, thicker white sticky rice. And the rice that they have in here, it's a little bit a thinner grain, and a little bit harder, not quite as soft, doesn't have quite as much moisture inside. So, but it's a different rice, but it's still good. And the other thing, both on the soup and the bibimbap, there's a little bit of a sweetness an additional sweetness that I'm not used to in a true Korean recipe. But it was great. The soup was great, and the bibimbap was great. And you know that my favorite restaurants here in the mall. You know, for number one is Inasal for chicken. Their chicken there. And you know, for my dessert, it's down at Clyde's. And I'm going to tell you right now, as far as all the different fast food places here, right now this is number 2 next to Inasal. And I'm going to be back because I want to try their spicy beef soup. And there's several other things on the recipe that I want to. I love Korean food. And you can see, based on the emptiness of everything I had here, it couldn't have been that bad. It was actually really good. So I give it 2 thumbs up. I just came out of SM. I needed some pants because, as you know, on Sunday the 12th, Vince is actually having the house blessing of the house. So I don't have anything but shorts around here. So I picked up a pair of pants. And what's really neat about when you get the pants and you need alteration done, they actually have an alteration shop inside SM in the men's clothing area, and you drop the pants off. And within 30 minutes, for 50 pesos, for $1, you have your pants altered. Pretty good for customer service. Anyway, I'm looking for you know those glass cleaner? It's got like the sponge on the end of it, and you can put it down inside of like a tall beer Pils glass. Well, that's what I'm looking for, and I can't find it anywhere. So I'm gonna show you what he showed me first here in a minute. I might be buying it, but he took my cart. The helper here in the store took my cart, and you saw he pulled me all over. He's just pulling me all around the store. And then he came all the way down to this aisle, and he's like, and I'm like, no, I've already been down that aisle. And so he ran off. He said, wait here, sir, right here. And he ran off. So we're gonna see what he finds. This one, flexible bottle scour. Let's see this one. Yeah, that. Twisting inside stainless glasses. Okay. What's the price? Does it have the price?
I will check the price, sir.
Okay. It's not really what I want, but he works so hard. I think I'm gonna buy it anyway. $99.75. That's a deal.
That's flexible. If your bottle is short, you may bend it.
That's the deal. I'm $99.75. I'm getting it. Well, thank you so much.
Okay, sir.
June.
Yes, sir.
June. Thank you so much. My brother-in-law's name is June also. Thank you. $99.75. What a deal. So anyway, I've got the business done at the bank, so I'm ready to take care of the folks tomorrow when they come and they deliver the bayah kubo. I did the coordination at the gate at the admin's office, and they're aware that they're coming, and they'll have a security guard escort the team to drop off the kubo. And oh, by the way, remember the other day I took you down this street? This is one of the streets that I hadn't traveled down before, and there was like a couple of really big houses down there. Well, I actually ran into one of the owners of the last house I showed you on this street here, which is the King of Mercy Street. And I was in the bank, and it was funny. It was funny. She sat down beside me and she said, "Oh, you're Mr. So-and-so," and I'm like, "Yes, that's me." And she said, "Oh, I'm the one that has a house in there, but I haven't talked to you yet." So she said, "I would like to speak to you." So we sat down. We had a really nice chat in the bank, and she invited me out to her house. So that's one of the homeowners that I had not yet met before, and now I have. So it was a pleasant surprise, and I look forward to dropping in someday when I have an opportunity to spend some time with them. So anyway, so I'm gonna head to the site real quick, and again, it's pretty late. My whole day was spent trying to deal with the stuff, and this morning of course went by very fast when Emil got a hold of me, and we stopped and we spoke for quite a long time with Vince at his place. So I lost a little bit of time there, but that's okay. Again, that's what being retired is all about. But I do want to check on the progress of what they have done today, accomplished as far as doing all the footers and getting the steelworks up. And I hope I have a good surprise waiting for me when we get down here. So let's go check it out. I don't know if it's my imagination, or are these things exploding with green on the top? Because I don't remember these. I'm going to have to go back and look at some of my older videos. But it seems to me that these plants here that surround the fence line of this property seem like all the flowers used to look this color, and now, but again, this is like spring, summer. Hi, how are you today? It's like spring, summer, and I think all the new growth is coming out, and this is really beautiful. The contrast in the new green with the reddish, purplish kind of color down here. This is amazing. So here on site for the day while I was gone, the guys actually, they got several holes almost completed here, and they actually poured this 1 footer right here on this corner right here. When they were actually mixing here, let me show you back. They told me they got it done. I'm gonna take a look. I haven't seen it yet. They said they mixed some concrete for some footers back here. Oh, they must be under the ground. So back here somewhere underneath my sticks is actually concrete somewhere underneath here, which is going to be the footer for the bayah kubo that they're delivering tomorrow. And so what they did is when they mixed the concrete, they had extra, so they actually made a bigger batch and they filled this one, because they weren't going to do any footers today, but they didn't want to waste the concrete that they had left over, so they completed that 1 footer right there. So I expect tomorrow it's going to be still a little bit more digging, and then Wednesday I think we're going to see a lot of activity with cement pouring, because they're going to be to the point where I think all the holes are going to be done by Wednesday. So right now there's only two that haven't even been started. There's one right over here, and there's one right over here. I don't know if you can see probably not. But it's just those two that are going to be, and those haven't been started yet. So we're going to have, I think we have right now, it's 16 holes, and they're still working to clear a few of the 16, and then 17 and 18 are the last 2, and then all the holes will be done, and Wednesday we should be rocking with cement. So I think I'm going to call it a day. It's been a successful day. Again, another successful day here, and tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow's going to be busy with the kubo coming in, with them finishing up the holes out here, and then the following day on Wednesday, it's going to be lots of cement, the way I understand it. So yeah, I'm gonna head on out. I got my groceries I left at the front gate, and I need to get those back to the house. If you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up, please share, and please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. So until tomorrow, which is day 14, is it 14? 14, day 14. This is it for me on my PI Dream. Have a great day.